What's going on, guys? Cobra here, and welcome back to my Let's Play Prison Architect series. This is episode 17. If you can't see, I'm doing air quotes there. Unfortunately, I've had technical issues again. Now, this is going to drive some of you guys crazy. Some of you guys won't care, nor would you have probably minded, but it really bothers me. I don't like this disjointedness of this Let's Play. Unfortunately, I had a technical issue. For those of you interested, DX Story, which is the software I use to record this particular series, updated. For some reason, it wiped all my settings out. It doesn't usually do that. It's done it here or there. It used to be an old problem. Seems to have resurfaced. I basically went in and put all my settings, but if you've noticed, I've had some audio issues, maybe you haven't, with the game audio. So I did my audio settings a little bit differently. I basically set it to record all kinds of different audio hardware I have on my machine. I've got a new mixer, I've got a new sound card, I've got the onboard sound card, you know, all these different things, and the new sound card has all these different options. So I just pumped in a whole bunch of, tracks. Well, apparently when I hit record, everything worked normally. I looked over in my save folder, I saw the folder, originate, and it's there, and all these things, and I was fine, and I just went along my way. I did a couple episodes, at least 2, might have been 3 for you guys in this series. As we played along, literally Let's Played. I wasn't just reviewing. Unfortunately, this is now going to be a review episode. Anyway, then I would click, what I didn't realize at the time is when I clicked the stop button, stop recording, that file would disappear. It was basically invalid. It wouldn't record. It wouldn't save because of something in the audio. Once I stripped all the audio tracks out, it took me a while to figure this out. It seems to be working better now. So, unfortunately, I apologize for that. Nothing I can do now. I just always try to strive to make the best product I can. I learn as I go. These things happen. So what I'm going to do today is try to take you on a little bit of a review. I literally had to go through, kind of look at the last episode I published for you guys, look at the save file I have, and kind of see what's different, and there's a list. So if there's some things I don't explain here and you're like, what the heck, how did that happen, Culprit? What's going on there? Please mention in the comments. I will address kind of how we got there, if it's interesting or not. I'll give you a summary either way, but if it's interesting, I'll go into it for you guys. I've made quite a few changes. That's what's so frustrating. Both some you might be seeing now as you're looking at these overhead shot, but also in policies, and I'm going to get into that. So first and foremost, what I want to do, aside from the Braille to the prison, one episode I was really looking forward to sharing with you guys is I had my first successful escape attempt, and actually you can see the remnants of the tunnel here. 3 guys got out, and it was a pretty crazy tunnel. Originated in here, I believe, couple of these cells, and straight out in one night's work. So obviously they got picks one night. It might have been a little more than 24 hours. Maybe it was 36 hours, something like that. But I tend to do a shakedown every couple of days of the whole prison. But then a lot of fairly often I'm doing search and cell block, and I do that really pretty often. So what can you do? Is the first escape. I'm kind of torn on it. I'm bummed out because I don't want that. I mean, I'm failing as a warden, but at the same time, I like the fact that here we go. There's that challenge. And I will say this: the tunnels are kind of annoying in this. Now, I like the tunnels being there. It's a threat. It's something I have to counter strategize against. But it's a little crazy, I think. Like if you guys look, I'm crazy about this. I have metal detectors in every door, exit out of the shops, every entrance to the shops. I have dogs patrolling, guards patrolling. I do a lot of searches. My threat to tunnels should be pretty negligible, excuse me. Yet I probably find at least one a night. It's a little crazy. I think they need to turn that down, or just find a different way to go about it would be better. I don't know. I have to sit and think about it. But so we did have that, and that was going to be a really cool episode. A failure episode, but kind of again, like I said, maybe get some interest back in there and going. So that's there. I can't get rid of it. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm just not allowed. I have gotten rid of the tunnel and everything, so it's made me rethink some of this. Obviously, I don't like that my cell block is so close, and that's right now. It's just something I have to deal with. That's not the end plan. Eventually, we're gonna buy this, and I mean, just think about it. If I just bought this and just put a couple layers of fence out here, then yeah, it would it would take them a long time to tunnel. The chances of catching them would be even less, even better. Their chances of success would be even less. Another thing would be to put a perimeter wall through here. A perimeter wall takes a lot of time to dig under. That's basically the major benefit of it, but it's very expensive. Let's take a look here real quick. Perimeter wall, 200 a square, 50 a square, so it's 4 times more expensive, but that's the benefit you get. I just flat out can't afford that right now. I don't like to do that. Like, I would do that out here on this wall, like say right here maybe, or maybe the fence. I'm not exactly sure how I would do it, because this isn't going to move. This is permanent, but over here I wouldn't want to do that big perimeter wall and then buy this piece of property and have to rip it apart, and no, it just doesn't make sense. So until I start to get the final version of the prisons, I usually don't use a perimeter wall, or if I have just a very profitable prison, that's the way we go there. one big super change, as I left you guys from what you saw, this was my storage area. This was a little classroom I built to start teaching people to get them qualified to work, because I needed to make some money. I needed to get my shops going, which for some reason it's showing a ton of money, but I'm not making it, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that a little bit, because I just bumped up to like 20k, and I'm not sure why. Well, I was looking at something else. I wasn't fully paying attention, so I don't know if it was just a shipment of all my product or what. But anyway, you can see here, this is my protective custody yard. I have a little yard for them to come outside and work out or whatever. A little holding cell for now, because I haven't really had that many. If I get enough and it starts to be a problem, I can make put some individual cells in here. I'm not really sure. Like, you guys tell me how many. It's the first time I'm really messing with protective custody. I think the most I've had at any one time just thus far is 2. So if you start to get a number of them, I don't tend to use CIs too much, so maybe that's why. I will put individual cells in here, but I just figured for now, hey, the holding cell, it'll keep the price down. Again, I was pretty broke, actually. This is me pretty, flush. This is new. I want to do a lot of little projects, but I'm trying to hold off and be responsible. Anyway, so this is just a holding cell for now. If I start hitting capacity here, 2 showers, a TV, some toilets just randomly. I don't know. I must have run out of time or money there. A little canteen in here, which I'll probably have to put a camera in here, I guess would be the good idea. Let's just do that while we're thinking about it. Actually have one. Oh no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. I apologize, my mouse again is kind of lagging because my frames are really bad as I record this right now. About 10 to 20 frames, which is pretty pathetic. I hope it doesn't bother you guys. And you can see a little kitchen here to serve these guys. I don't really know why there's 2 cooks, but that's fine. The food's fine everywhere else. So this little kitchen is set up. Let's see, how do we do that again? Is it in here? Yeah, logistics. This little kitchen serves this canteen. These prisoners go to that canteen. That's it. We've got an airlock here, staff only, so there's an automatic door here, automatic door here. And I do have another one here just for good measure. The only way in here, what was that? Autosave? I don't know. It just froze up. My frames, again, performance really bad right now. Which makes me worried if I make the prison any bigger how bad it's going to get. But anyway, the only way you can get into this area is either down this corridor, which I'm debating, again, might not work with this prison, but you see I have an empty room here now. I may carve a little bit here, like with this kitchen and everything, and put another armory right in here. Let's see, connect this sucker up. This guy here. This way you gotta break this wall, and then I will have an armory with armed guards right here, ready to go. Nobody here should be trying to go to class or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about suppression. Maybe I would have to worry about in the classroom. I don't know. It would take some experimentation, but right now you gotta go through 3 solid doors. If they do that, I'm really not paying attention. The problem, I guess, would be I have no way to really respond. If they are in here breaking down this door, I'd have to still come around this way. Truth is, probably gonna have to fail a couple times to learn from that one, but just as a footnote, I moved the armory over here. I kind of like this. Actually, it's a little more centrally located. Of course, you can get in through this way to the kitchen. I want to put the kitchen here so it could go get its food it needs and stuff. So this is a bit of a liability here, and if this becomes a problem, I will do it. But again, for them to get there, they have to blast through this door, this door, this door, this door, and then, of course, the staff door. So it's an even longer route this way. And of course, this should all be staff. Well, actually, I'm going to get into that. But anyway, minimum 3 double doors to get in. Maybe I should make one of these solitary, maybe, or something. I don't know. But right now, that's what we've got. Plenty of room for them. I can change some things around, add a little room if I need to. I can even put cells down here outside. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, it's a self-enclosed area, protective custody, because I am gonna start opening up to some more prisoners. I've got 82. I've got 100 capacity. I've only got 82 normal, so I can add some more of those right now. I'm actually a little over on max. That's interesting. So I do want to start inputting prisoners and expanding my cell blocks and things. So that's really where you start making some money. But I do have to be careful because I will get some protective custody guys. What else did I do? I'm looking at my list here. Oh, the solitary. I expanded the solitary. I haven't fully expanded it yet. But you see, I just cleaned up the line here. This was all jagged and stuff. I got rid of the crossway. And I'm just going to extend the solitary all the way down. It lets the guards bring them in this way. Just cuts a little of their walk. It makes it a little more efficient for the guards to get guys into the cells. So this is I have it on full blast, and it's still just moving very slowly. And I think that's just because of the frames, honestly. I'm going to have to look at that. I'm not really sure what's going on there, if there's something I can do, because I don't think graphically, yeah, there's really nothing I can do to increase performance in that sense. I'm experimenting with yard time. That's why you see this here. I'm just trying to get them in the yard. Just figure out something a little better. I'm trying to cut down on the free time, my reliance on free time, because I want the security grading to be higher. What do we got? It's pretty much 0 right now. I feel like I have too much free time. I'd like to get a little yard time in there, maybe a lockup time instead of free time. So maybe that would raise that up a little bit more for me. Reoffending rate's actually pretty bad. Let's close that down. So solitary, I expand in this. Eventually I will probably fill this with cells because I do use a lot of solitary. Basically all my offenders go to solitary for some point in time. Bunch of reasons for that. I do just like the fact that I can look here to solitary and know my prison's pretty peaceful right now. When I start getting up there, I either know that there's been a lot of searches or there might be a little scuffle. It helped me in my bigger prisons before, so that's how I do that. But again, I got the yard here. I've got the solitary here. Solitary door. So there's really no shortcuts through here. It should be staff only. Because again, we have this choke point here. One little thing I should mention. Do I have this on here? Yeah, I'll just mention this real quick. 10 beds, the max. It's the max of your drug rehab program. So there's no reason to have an infirmary bigger than 10 beds. So this room is way too big, actually. So don't make the same mistake I did. It's fine now until I need the space. I won't change it. What is this? So 4. Yeah, so it's a big room, not needed this big. So don't make it that big. 10 beds is max, so you can get everybody in for the drug rehab program that you could possibly do it. Get the most bang for your buck for that, and do that. So that's how I'll be going forward as I, again, sat here and watched it and stuff. So, yeah, what I also did, actually, this is a little confusing to me. Rooms, that's right. I got rid of, this was all forestry. I made all this forestry out here. This was forestry for a while. I got rid of that. I'll probably put the forestry back in, but what I've done is I've gone away from carpentry. I just didn't have enough qualified guys. It wasn't very efficient, so I haven't messed. I just said that's it. I'm not going to mess with it much. I'm just gonna, because I need to get my workforce up for this. See, 27. That's still not even good. I need people to come in. I need people to graduate those classes. I need this at least 40. I've got 2 shops sitting here. I need 40 guys working, and that's when I'll really start to make some money. And I have a 3rd shop here I can outfit once I get some money in. So I'm gonna focus on license plates. This is where I'm looking for your feedback, your experience. What has been the best money-making situation for you? And now I want to avoid, cheesing the game mechanics and things. I want legit ways to continually make a good source of income, being, is it basically license plates? Is it forestry where I just cut it into wood and then sell the wood? Or is it worth taking that next step to carpentry and making the beds, because that's quite an investment. Obviously I have to buy the carpentry tables, I have to train them another level, that costs me money, these things. So is it worth going that extra level? Because for right now I'm just going to focus on trying to outfit and get enough workers, and then maybe when I have 40 workers and I start having a surplus of skilled labor, I will then move and maybe make this into a carpentry room. But what I think I will do is I think I will actually turn this forestry back on. Let's let that forestry run because I have the gardeners anyway. So where is it? It's kind of silly actually not to have it, but you know what? I bet you I know why I did it. So I didn't want to start paying out for the seedlings or saplings or whatever they are. So it's outdoor. It is outdoor, so it should be fine. Oh, did I click somewhere weird? All right, I'll look at that off camera. There's no reason you guys need to do that. Yeah, so basically the basics are I'm focusing on license plates. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to try to fill out the workforce here. And that's going to be the plan. Infirmary, I talked about deliveries. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about this in the last episode. I tried to go back and listen. It's still telling me failed 5x5. Did I not? Okay, I'll just I know how to fix that. I just didn't click fully enough. Okay, so that should be good. Yeah, the whole uniforms is really frustrating. You now have to let your prisoners have access, particularly the ones that work in the laundry, have access to your deliveries because you get your new uniforms. I don't really know why I get so many new uniforms unless my laundry people are really that bad. The trucks come in, drop off the new uniforms. If they don't have access to the deliveries, they cannot come and get the new uniforms. Literally what happened to me is okay. Every spot in here, every square in here was full of uniforms. I had a riot. I had a lot of damaged uniforms, obviously. I'm going to just cook this up a notch. So this got overflowed. No trucks could unload. You guys probably know what's going to happen here. The food wasn't getting delivered. So then my prisoners went hungry. Big riots. I was having a hard time. It took me a while to kind of quell that and calm that down. That was part of the episodes I lost, unfortunately. So I don't like this new system. I don't know if this is like how it's going to be, or I don't exactly know what changed. I wish my workers could bring the uniforms to the laundry maybe, because it's definitely going to take some redesign for me. I always like to have my deliveries close. You definitely don't want your deliveries outside now. But like at the same time, I don't want to move deliveries all the way in here, say. Because it's just, I mean, now every worker, when he unloads the truck, he has to walk all the way here to deliveries. That doesn't make any sense. I don't typically like, I had deliveries up here for a little while, but then the trucks stop here. And so then I gotta walk out of the door, go up here, get the stuff, come back. You know, so it almost, for me, takes a whole redesign of my prison. It's something I'm going to keep in mind with my next design and try to figure that out. I'm going to just search this cell block. And I'll do this one too. While I'm just sitting here talking. Those two seem to be the worst offenders, actually. So, yeah, the whole delivery things, if you guys have tackled that, I'd love to hear how you're doing that. How are you making that work for you? Because right now I just have it here. I gave the prisoners access. You know, I still have, I have a door here, a door here, a door here that they'd have to get through to escape. I may even add another one out here. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. Here you go. See, the uniforms are coming in. They're going to go into the deliveries area, and then one of the prisoners at some point, maybe janitors will do it now, or maybe workmen will do it now. But if you don't have it so the prisoners can go and get it, you'll get a severe backup. At least that's what happened to me. Let me know. You know, your mileage may vary with that. Let's see. I think that about wraps up the stuff that jumped out at me. But again, like I said, if you guys see something that you're like, how did you get to that point? What happened here? You say put the morgue in here. I just stole some visitation. I haven't been needing that. I put the wrong wall in there. Let's get rid of that. That will bug me. Just a wall. And you can see I had a call for quite a few. Not this many, but I had quite a few deaths. So I've had quite... Let's take a look at that, actually. Let's see. Valuation. Alright, so it's only 24 hours. Buy shares at 72,000. I'd love to buy them back, but I'm not going to be able to sell at 72. It'd be nice to be able to sell and grab a piece of properties. I would like to grab this one, as I've told you guys a bunch of times. But our next project, I don't exactly know when that's going to be. Is going to be max security, or I'm sorry, super max. And I think that is going to go, I don't know, frozen up again. Probably in this little area here, this little square behind the laundry. I might actually end up moving the laundry itself. Now, these cell blocks are going to continue out this way and fill in. And that's going to be the max sec that's going to use this canteen. And in here, I'll probably do similar to the protective custody. Probably, this size, have expansive. So I want to have room, a small canteen. Probably like actually no, armory off the top of my head is probably a bad idea. But this is what we're going to get into next over here. Maybe I'll do a whole episode designing it and kind of estimating how much I'm going to have to spend. So I have to save some money. And in here will be kind of my supermax, my temporary supermax, like I said. As this is my temporary protective custody, because I would like to move that over here with low security prisoners, and then put all the workshops and stuff over here for them to work, where they're not as much of a problem. This will be my supermax for now, and then eventually I'd like to buy this and move the supermax over here. But, obviously those are big dreams for another day. But that's about going to wrap it up here, guys. Sorry about that mistake and the technical difficulties. I know it stinks. There's not much synergy and like a story in this prison. I hope to remedy that, and we'll get going with that, and kind of, or the next season we'll fix some of those and learn from those. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Talk to you next time. Take care.